Hello everyone! So I thought I would do the 13 questions video, that's tag video that's been going around. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen enough of these already, but if you haven't watched mine you might learn something about me if you want to know anything about me, but then there we go. So the first question is, what do you order at Starbucks? I always order a tall soy chai tea latte, unless it's Christmas, in which case I'll order a tall soy gingerbread latte, and sometimes I have a caramel macchiato. If I need kind of an extra boost of caffeine, I'll order a caramel macchiato, a skinny caramel macchiato, so with skim milk. So that's what I order at Starbucks. Number 2, what's one thing in your closet that you could not live without? Definitely my black Gap jeggings, which I'm wearing at the moment, just plain jeggings, but they're more of a jean. They actually have like a zip and a button, which I really like. I don't like jeggings that don't have that. I think they just look a bit weird. So yeah, my Gap black jeggings, love them. Number 3, what's the one thing that people probably don't know about you? I've done kind of a similar, like, I think it's 5 facts about me tag, but that was ages ago, and I did mention this then, is that I'm actually quite shy in person. A lot of people will say, like, from YouTube, how, obviously people in my real life know this, but people on YouTube, a lot of people are like, well, you can't be shy and do YouTube because obviously you're like putting yourself out there on video to see everyone. But actually, when I'm put in a situation where I don't know a lot of people, I am actually quite shy, and I think a lot of people take it like I'm being kind of like grumpy, because sometimes I'll just be quite quiet and like stand there and people are like, oh, you like, you know, is she that friendly? But as soon as I get chatting with somebody, I'm fine, but it's just like that initial kind of introductory bit I'm not that confident with. I'm usually quite shy, so there's a fact about me. Name one thing that you want to do before you die. There's a lot of things I want to do before I die. Definitely have kids. I want to travel a lot more than I have. I want to go to Southeast Asia and do kind of like the whole of Southeast Asia. I want to go to Africa. I've never been there. I'd love to go. I want to go more around Europe, to places that I haven't been. Just basically travel everywhere, I think, and have kids, and that's pretty much my life goal. So, well, not really a life goal, but they're definitely things that I want to do before I die. Number 5, if I'm looking down, I've got my laptop on my lap, so just so you know. Number 5, one food that you cannot live without. I would definitely say olives or anchovies. I just eat them as a snack the whole time. That sounds really weird, and yes, salty. Like, I know it's not good for you to eat too much salty food, but I love salty food. Number 6. What quote or phrase do you live your life by? I don't really live my life by any quote or phrase. I mean, there's certain things that I would agree with, like, don't worry, be happy, which totally goes against what I do because I always worry about things. I'm just such a worrier. So maybe that is what I should be living my life by. So there we go. There's no, like, kind of intellectual phrase that I live my life by. Don't worry, be happy. It's just chilled out. Kind of childlike phrase there. Number 7. What do you like and dislike about the YouTube community? I like the fact that I've made a lot of friends, actually genuine friends, like Ingrid, Miss Glamorazzi, and Gems Maquillage, Gemma. Just like people that I've met that are just really sweet, and you know, I'm in contact with them outside of YouTube. We talk about non-YouTube related things, and it's just really great that I've actually got to meet people. Also, I think the reason why I started YouTube was because none of my friends are really into beauty that much, and I just thought it was a great way to kind of chat about beauty to other people, but I never realised that it would be a great way to meet friends who have that interest and then actually become friends. So that's quite a good thing about YouTube, I think. And the bad thing, definitely, obviously there's the haters. I mean, I've never been particularly a victim of haters. Like, I know some girls get it really, really bad, and I do get nasty comments here and there, but I've never really let it get me down because I know that they don't know me in real life, and it, you know, it doesn't really bother me so much. But one negative thing I would say is people judge you for like everything. It's like people expect you to have a knowledge of absolutely everything, and sometimes I struggle. Like, I include a lot of information in the information bar below my videos, and I try and include stuff, but if you miss one thing out, somebody will be like, oh, you missed out that this was like £13.65 or something, and it just, like, I can't know everything. I'm not like an all-knowing source, so I find that quite hard when people are like, oh, you didn't include this. I'm like, oh, I know I didn't include that, and it really frustrates me that I can't include all of the information. I'm quite like kind of not obsessive compulsive, because I am not obsessive compulsive, but I like to be able to give everybody all of the facts. Like, I've always been like that. In a story, I'll have to tell like every single detail. So I find it quite hard that people are like, you didn't include this. So yeah, that's one kind of pet hate, I would guess. or pet peeve. It's not really a hate. What's your number one most listened to song on iTunes? It would definitely either be, I don't know, because I think I deleted that like most listened to thing that I just stupidly. I think it would be Taylor Swift, and as an album it would be Taylor Swift. Out of the songs, it might be Today Was a Fairy Tale, might be my most listened to. What kind of style would you define yourself as having? That's quite hard because I'd say I dress kind of like just how I like I don't particularly think like I'll follow a trend and do that. I would say a little bit kind of bikery because I'm always wearing a biker jacket, and I always wear flat boots or like knee-high boots, things like that are flat, riding boots or biker boots, things like that. So maybe kind of bikery. I wear a lot of black as well. Yeah, so but you know, I tend to kind of like team up like cute little dresses with biker jackets, so maybe kind of girly slash bikery. That doesn't really go, but a lot of black. Maybe goth. It's not gothic, but I do wear a lot of black, so yeah. What's your favourite number? My favourite number I'd say is 8, just because I like how it's like symmetrical, and if you turn it sideways it means infinity. I quite like that. Number 11, 2 hobbies. YouTube started as a hobby, now it's a whole lot more than a hobby because I spend so much time doing it. So YouTube and blogging are definitely like the main hobby in my life. I don't have time for many other hobbies. I like skiing as well, if that counts as a hobby. It's kind of the only sport that I actually enjoy and do. Love skiing. Number 12, 2 pet peeves. One of my pet peeves would definitely be when people aren't honest. And I don't mean like big lies, like obviously everybody hates it. If somebody tells them a big lie, everyone hates it. But I dislike like little white lies. I don't know, like when people will exaggerate stories and you know, like my mum always does this, it sounds really stupid, but she'll tell a story and she just totally exaggerates everything, and that just really, like, obviously she's my mum, I'm not gonna be like rah at her, but it just really like, I don't know, it just gets on my nerves. Like when I'm telling a story I have to like tell everything truthfully. It sounds kind of weird. That's one. And then another one, I'm trying to think of a pet peeve. I can't really think. When people like let you down, I always get really, if I organise something to do something or go somewhere with somebody, I always get so excited, and I'm like a little kid, like I will plan my day around it and be like, oh, I'm gonna go and do that and meet that person for lunch. I get so excited, and if somebody cancels something at the last minute, that kind of always upsets me. I know Ingrid said that actually in a couple of her recent videos about people being flaky. She hates that, and that's kind of a similar thing. Number 13, the last question, guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure would definitely be, like I said, Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift, and it seems like a guilty pleasure because I'm kind of like 22. People like take the mickey out of me because I like Taylor Swift so much. Like it's not even like I like her, I love Taylor Swift. Like if I ever get in my car, it will always be playing and I'll be singing along, things like that. So that's kind of a guilty pleasure that I do that. Singing in my car might be a guilty pleasure as well. Another guilty pleasure, squirty cream. I never buy it because I'm like obsessed with it. If I buy a can of squirty, or often my sister will have it in the winter because she puts it in hot chocolate, I will literally like get a little bowl and fill it with squirty cream and eat the squirty cream. That is definitely a guilty pleasure. So yeah, that is my 13 personal questions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't tag anyone specifically because most people I know have done this tag, so if you want to do this and put it as a video response, I'd love to watch it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again very soon.